Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at IamFote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
The Mega Teen event of the year is back. Make plans to attend the Best Southwest Everything Teen Expo 2023, Saturday, April 15th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at DeSoto Town Center. We're calling all teens ages 12 to 18 to come build meaningful and positive relationships with your community. This one-day event will feature empowering workshop seminars, motivational speakers, a prom fashion show, live entertainment, giveaways, and so much more. It's the Mega Teen event of the year, the Best Southwest Everything Teen Expo 2023, Saturday, April 15th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the DeSoto Town Center, located at 211 East Pleasant Run Road in DeSoto, Texas. For vendor opportunities, call 972-230-9663. Nick Cannon, what we doing in the media room?
Oh, what are we turning up in the media room? It sound like...
Hey, what's up? It's Shawnee Scott, owner of Media Room 360. And since we have been airing on the CW and Media Room 360 streaming platform, I've received a lot of calls from you that want to start your own show, but you don't know how to start your own show. So here at Media Room 360, me, DJ Big Bink, Action Jackson, and Michael Shawn have all come up with a great idea for you. We are going to give you 12 weeks of training. You'll get to come in, work on our shows, and learn how to put your own show together. At the end of this 12 weeks, once you have your show together, we will produce your 28.5-minute show. All you have to do to get more information or let us know that you're interested in participating is email me at info@mediaroom360.com, and I'll share more details with you there.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. It is March 23rd. Some people call it Thursday. I call it Friday Eve. We have made it to another Friday Eve. We are near that golden moment of the week where we can get this weekend started. And I'll say it again. Every therapist says you shouldn't live for the weekend. Well, then you shouldn't make the week so damn hard. That's what you shouldn't do. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get to it. We got a big show today. We got a very special guest that we're going to get into. And then I will also tell you about the guest that has been confirmed for tomorrow. But first, we do what we always do. Sexy Mo, how was your night last night?
Interesting.
Interesting. Oh, wait a second. Interesting. Let's get straight to it. What was so interesting about your night last night?
Well, I'm not going to say on air too much. I was working on some things.
Double shot.
But I did something I normally don't do because I'm trying to rest the vocals. I'm trying to rest the vocal cords.
Uh-oh.
I took a gummy and went to bed. I shut my laptop.
Oh.
It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I took a page out of my son's book. He puts on this sleep music at 9 o'clock. 9:03, he knocked out. Don't care what's going on in the world. He gets his sleep. So I said, I'm going to try this.
Wait, he don't take a gummy.
No,
they do medicate kids though. They do have they do have stuff for kids, but that's funny.
Controversial, but we are not trying that in here.
Hey,
we have addictive personality, so we can't do that.
Hey, I had I'll tell you how I had my first edible, my first and only one, but it worked. Because you got the glow.
And she woke up with a, that's why I say she woke up with a great smile.
Yeah, you got the glow. You got the glow today.
But that's the secret to life right there. Take a gummy at night. Okay.
And go to sleep.
Allegedly. No, stop.
Y'all be mad at me. I be trying to tell you these drugs is good for you. I be trying to tell y'all these drugs is good for you.
Good morning,
Mike. Best sleep I had is after a nice alcoholic beer. So that's good. So is this gonna be the new routine?
I don't know about new routine because
see,
I have
there go the
such
addiction.
stuff to
Here you
do.
go.
But I am recognizing that I do need to start taking it down because even if I work through the night and not get any sleep, things get done, but I'm not at my best. I'm not operating at my best. So I need to get some sleep.
Oh, that now that is a revelation right there. On Friday Eve, we have ourselves a revelation right there. There's Shawnee Scott.
Yes, Jay.
How was your night, Shawnee Scott? How was your night?
My night was fine, but I did that up in the daytime mode because I had a deadline at 1. But I was tired and I was getting these emails, and I said, I'm gonna close this laptop and I'm gonna take me a nap. And I went to sleep. And I got up, and then I got done. It didn't get to the person till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock. But hey, if I would have, when I was tired, it wouldn't have been right. It would have been messed up again. And then other than that, the only other thing was the girls in track practice. But I do want to acknowledge we had a new viewer that we haven't seen before, unless y'all know him. Jay, the guy with the hat on.
Maurice. Right here.
New YouTube viewer.
Well, what up, Maurice? Let's go with you.
Good morning. And he commented that gummy life is real.
Gummy life is real. That's what we like, Maurice. We don't like shyness in here. Maurice, welcome. We like to tell you this is the safe space. So whatever comments that you want to make, you will not be judged here. Whatever's on your mind, just say what you got to say. Listen, we all gonna say what we got to say. This is Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, aka.
Look at that welcoming committee. Ashley Newman said what up to him. Look at that.
Good morning. The church of everybody can get it.
Yes, and also
the church of anybody can get it.
Yeah, this is also the church that the church called the church of anybody can get it. I am the pastor. Shawnee is the first lady. Mo, what was your title in this? What was your title?
I'm over the deaconess board.
Okay, all right. Open the deaconess board. You over the
deaconess board.
I think I was bishop. Wasn't I bishop? I think I was.
You wasn't bishop. You can't be a bishop. I'm the pastor. You the deacon.
You over the men's side of the deacon.
I thought he was the associate pastor. The second.
Well, he can be the associate pastor. Yeah, because there are gonna be days where I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, so that means that you have to be over in that other box. Not me.
Yeah, so you got to always have a sermon on deck. You always got to have a sermon on deck just in case, you never know, because, that relapse is real. I'm just going to relapse is real. You never know. So, Jay Black, how was your night?
Night was, what we do yesterday? Night was cool. Had a meeting at my son's school. Mike is Mr. Stitch. Stitch, what is that? Stitch Cho?
Is that Mo? That's Mo. That's no. Whoa. That's my comedian partner. That's my partner. We do the sports podcast together. Well, we worked on the sports, and he got a segment he would do. Sit your ass down, which was hilarious. Shout out to my man Mo. So go ahead, Jay.
So had a teacher conference, like catch up with school and all that good stuff. So I had to go meet with a. Surrounded me and Lady Q, surrounded by, the 5 teachers. And I just had to lay the law down. And
here we go with the bullshit.
But what I didn't realize, I guess I have an intimidating or aggressive approach that I don't feel like I'm aggressive. I feel like I'm just challenging and questioning things. But apparently, that's what I was saying, Shani. They felt like, I guess they felt intimidated a little bit.
Dare them.
That's what I said. I couldn't believe it either.
Them. Not
yes.
Oh my God.
But they did. Me questioning things make people sometimes feel like you're threatening, but you're not. You're just questioning things.
That way.
I should have had you with me. Because Lady Q gonna agree with them, like, yeah, no, sir, you are aggressive.
No, what you are. Number one, they call it. They're gonna say intimidating because you're around a bunch of white people and you have to be black. But you are what you are. This is what Jay Black is. Jay Black is very combative, and he thinks the fact that he went to teachers and said he's gonna lay down the law. That's combative. It's not trying to figure out how we can work a great relationship with the teachers. It's not how we can work together to improve my child's life. It's I'm going to lay the law down to people. And
I
Jay
just
Black
need people to know that this little black boy has backup and people that care about him and rocking with him. So that's I need them to understand that. But this how I knew that Lady Q may have been right though, Mike. Because the guy
First
said
of all, may have been. Take the word may have been. Take that may have been right. But continue.
The teacher said, the male teacher, because there was one male and then 4 females. And the male teacher said, yeah, because I said, I love my boy. I just want to make sure everybody on the same page. Like I laid it just like that for everybody. He said, no, the male teacher stood up and said, yeah, no, I know, because the first day of school when we had to meet each other, the way you sized me up and then started questioning me, talking about how long you've been a teacher. He said, I knew you were serious. But he got my message. I did size him up. I did look him up and down. I did question his creds. I wanted him to know, but I
remember this.
I remember that, but I didn't think that he had that takeaway because I thought I was being like, nonchalant.
Did you tell the story on the show?
Yeah,
we talked about it the very first day of school when they had the teacher meeting, first day of 4th grade.
Me and Jay on the show that day.
But yeah, so lady, I didn't think I was sizing him up to that degree where he got that point, but I wanted him to know that I was aware. But message received, and now
I've been in every parent-teacher conference. I have never sized the teacher up.
You ain't never let him know that you for real about yours?
No, unless you had a fat ass. I ain't never sized.
Everybody say good morning to chicken wing.
Chicken wing. What up, chicken wing? What's going on? Give a round of applause for chicken wing. All right, round of applause for all.
Here we go with the J Black Prince.
J Black Prince.
It's important. It's important that teachers know.
So if your child was in a black school, what would happen is there would be a dilemma. Because when you would size somebody up in a black school, they would size your ass black. They would size your ass right back. But you have an advantage.
No, I was very professional, Mike. Like I wanted to know how long you've been teaching. Like I needed to know.
Who are you?
I'm the parent of this kid that's
coming to I'm here. Class. I don't have to give you I don't have to give every parent my resume. No, I don't. I know.
But that's a good thing to ask, though, because, we found out that the grown teacher that was bullying my 12-year-old wasn't nothing but a sub and doesn't even have a degree, but she was teaching math.
She was teaching math. Like how you just pop up in there and teach math. But I agree.
This was the honors math. She's not just teaching mathematics. She's teaching the honors math. No credentials.
This ain't 1 + 1 = 3. Nah, this is real. This is real. But by any means, let's say I may joke with Jay Black, but teachers do treat your child different when they know that parents are involved in what's going on, and they know that you will send emails and you will visit the office. After the interview yesterday, I spent my night watching those. What's this
deposition
videos of Deion Sanders on prime time for the well? Guess what? That means this show works. Damn it! That means this show works.
Yeah,
that means this show works.
That deserves this.
Yeah.
Good morning, Stacey.
Everybody understand you promote something on here, our watchers, our viewers will go out there and check it out and see what you got going on. That's right. Yes. Carolyn, what's going on?
You did, Jay Black. I think Stacey saying you did good, Jay Black. I'm gonna add an extra word in there. Thank you, Stacey.
You did. No, she was probably agreeing that with Lady Q, saying that you were being difficult. And
I even brought up, I said my son came home the other day and said he was offended because somebody asked him, was that smell coming from him? I ain't appreciate him feeling like that. And the teacher said, no, other kids was farting and stuff. It wasn't him. And the other student apologized. Yeah, because I don't like him being upset. I had to let them know. Don't be asking. Why you ask the black kid, is that smell coming from you?
But is the kids asking him? What you want to say? The kids
Jay Black.
But he didn't fart. It wasn't him that passed gas.
Okay,
so don't be putting that. I need you to protect my boy.
Well, why you putting that on the teacher?
Well, I just needed. I need him to
find out who is.
The teacher apologized and said, no, it wasn't like he broke it. Let's protect him. But anyway, go ahead. Don't get me hype about this because I need them to know.
I'm not going to get you hype because I was there yesterday with homework and I had a whole meltdown situation too, Jay Black.
Wait a second. Early in the show. It looks like we need this early in the show.
I get it.
We need it early in the show.
Mo gets it.
I wait a second. Because yesterday I was standing outside the car waiting for the teacher. She sent the teacher assistant down instead of her coming down because I had some things to say.
Wait. What did you have to say? What things did you have? What Jay Blackness did you have going on?
Well, when you have children with special needs and they have all of these different changes, you want to see behavior changes. So my son ripped up his homework yesterday out of frustration.
Right.
And so I said, listen, you should have identified that you was going to start sending homework home. Let me help him transition with that. And it was just a big fiasco. He had to give up his free time yesterday, which, you know, is a big deal to kids in school. And so today, a new day. But
I don't think that's healthy. I would have challenged giving up his free time because I don't know if that's healthy for a kid to give up their free time.
It's not healthy.
So I would challenge that. You're not going to punish my child like that. No. But anyway.
Yes.
Jay don't even want his child punished if the child does something.
You're not going to alienate them like that, and then now they feel less. No, we need to figure out another solution. But we're not going to go there because we can be there all day. You messing with me and my child, and no.
Yeah, just be
I
understand.
feel you, Jay Black.
Yeah, just
the lady Q did step in, sir. They can't have special, stuff just for him like that.
Exactly. Thank you.
I said, but they need to figure out a way to work together. But she's supposed to be on my side now. She's trying to calm me down, but no, I need them to understand.
She can't be on your side because what you want is what you want for your child. You want to be wrong, and you want somebody not to call you out on it. That's what you want. You want somebody just to ride out with you.
Well, they agreed to work things around and figure stuff out. So we good.
I guess so. If you came up in there aggressive.
Yeah, combative. Came in there, Terminator X. Terminator X. Let me tell you my boy come up here. But you know what? In all seriousness, I joke in all seriousness. If you ain't gonna be the Suge Knight for your kid, ain't nobody gonna be the Suge Knight for your kid. Yes. So you got to go in there and listen. I joke and I laugh, but I done had to turn up in offices myself and had to explain to people. I don't think you want this to get out when I was on the radio. I don't think you want this problem to be exposed in 60 different cities. I don't think you want this problem. And but you gotta do what you gotta do, and everybody has to. And a lot of kids. A lot of teachers, a lot of teachers, and this is true, and I'm gonna say a lot. I don't know, there's no statistics that I can go to. I can't Google this, but when they find out, catch me outside, POP, hold it down, mama, I love you. When teachers find out that the kid, they can say whatever they want to a child, or the parent is not gonna be active, they know they can get away with different shit. So, but when they see your face a few times and they see what's going on and they see you actually have the ability to communicate and express yourself properly, and they realize it's not a game, and they realize that you have the capability of bringing lawyers into the system, and white schools don't like the lawyer thing. They don't like the lawyer threat.
They don't like the angry black woman either.
No, I don't like me. What I tell people at my kids school, I said, I can make us all famous. Y'all want to be famous? I'll make us all famous. And I done had people call up there from media outlets asking about whatever the situation was. So I said, we can all be on TV. What y'all want to do?
All right, Chabi said, why we gotta get this started? Jay, with the way that you've raised your kid, what age do you think the results of your methods will be? What do you think the results of your methods will be to see if it works or not?
During high school, that senior year? Because if you think about it, my daughter, now she's pregnant. Well, my other daughter, she's on her own. They all working out. Now this one she just got a voucher. She's getting a crib. She got a job. They good. They said the credit is right.
Jay.
Oh, I'm sitting.
Let him stunt. Let him flex.
No, I'm not flexing. I'm just thinking out loud because you want to set your kids up to be ready. They need their credit right.
We don't need to know all of that.
Oh, Mom, I'm just thinking out loud.
You act like he gave the last four numbers of the social.
Last four, 1, 2, 3, 4.
They buying houses.
She got her voucher. That ain't everybody's business.
It don't matter. Why not though? Why not educate kids to get a voucher? If why not?
I'm not saying don't educate them to get it, but I'm just saying the whole world don't have to know.
It's gonna be a good show.
I have my philosophy and way of thinking. You guys have y'all, and that's what this world is. To each his own.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let y'all get into this.
My method work though, Tashami. I know Tashami always got jokes.
Let them get into this. Hit the day. I'm gonna sit back and watch the day. I already see that music gonna be playing the whole show. This music gonna be playing. I can already tell this music gonna be playing the whole damn show. Oh, I love it with my 3 squares. You know
my
you're on
brain.
fire.
Now, lady Q gonna come in and look at me.
Oh, wait a second. For those who just joined the show.
Oh yeah, Sierra. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Lady Q is Jay Black's wife, and Lady Q is not shy to voice her opinion and will bust in that room at any moment. So don't be fearful, don't be worried, but at any moment she will bust in that room and tell Jay Black what she feels. And Lady Q, you'll see it. We call it the Q comment, brought to you by WokeUpInspired.com, which is a merchandise website that you can go to. What are you gonna say, Shawnee?
James, I gotta get back with James. His daughter wanted to be business of the week, so I'll get back with you.
Oh, nice.
Because she has a bakery.
I hit it by mistake.
You said a bakery? Nice.
Well, my night was boring compared to everybody else. Damn, like
you asked.
Mike worked last night. Mike got off work and then he had to come to work again. I forgot about that. I did make you work.
Yeah, she had to take me back to radio days, and we was writing scripts for commercials, and it made my brain hurt a little bit. I don't do much. What?
No, Kathy said some people don't like to hear the word support because the hardworking taxpayers dime. But why, if you're a little girl going out to live on your own, why? Why not? Why not? That's what some systems are there in place to help those.
If you can nab one, nab it.
Right. I mean, if I'm 19, got a great credit score, and now I'm going to live on my own, expecting my first child, why not get that boost?
Absolutely.
It's there.
The game changer.
Look, we pay taxes for it. We all pay tax. Jay Black.
If you work, you pay taxes.
We pay taxes for this. So this system that some people complain about, that people using the system. Well, that's what the system was built for.
Well, who have jobs, who use the system do have jobs. So they are paying taxes. This is just one of the kickbacks and the benefits of. So I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I don't see nothing wrong with it when billionaires use their system. Billionaires are using their system.
Trump taught us all, right?
Taught us all. Donald Trump was like, then change the tax laws. Then if you don't want us to do it, then change it. They there for a reason. Them loopholes are there for a reason. I love you have to deal with your customers because it inspires me not to cuss no one out at my job. No, it was a bad day. Yeah, I wasn't even going to talk about that. The first half, I worked 2 halves, right? I worked the first half. Then I work 2. It's like a double shift. I work the first half in the morning time. Then I get a break because I got to pick up my kids from school and all that. And then I eat lunch. I come back. And then I work the second half till close. So I get there. Yeah.
That's a long day.
Yeah. So I'm there the entire, other than 2 hours, I'm basically there the entire time. So the first half sucked. The first half, I wasn't in the mood. And like I said, in my mind, I said, bitch, shut up. Like in my mind, I said, bitch, shut up like 12 times.
You did pass your lips though. Did you
one time, I thought I was saying in my mind, I didn't say bitch, shut up. But I was standing there and I said something and I thought I said it in my mind, but I didn't say it in my mind. It came out and the person next to me said, "What you say?" And I said, "Oh, nothing. I ain't saying nothing." I say no, but it does because my brain is always like thinking something. I'm either thinking of jokes or thinking of life or whatever. That's why I really can't. I'm not a good employee because I'm not gonna focus on your job. I got too much stuff in my brain. Like, I'm gonna do what you do. You're gonna get like a 5% of what I got going on mentally because the rest of it has already been taken up by kids and bills and career and all that stuff and basically how the hell do I get out of here? Forget what Mike said about abusing the system. Who said? I ain't say nothing about abusing the system. Who said that? I ain't say nothing about that. Don't make me play this music. I'm good right now. I'm letting the other 3 squares do what they do. Listen, my thing was subtle. So I realized I was 52 last night because you realize when you
just realized.
No. This is what I realized. Because like I said, I don't feel it, and I don't like I'm still. I feel the same way as I felt literally when I was in like 31 years old. And thank God. But there was a buffalo wing, one buffalo wing that was sitting. They had ordered food and I didn't eat any of the wings because I know this is when you're 52. At a certain time, there's certain things that you can't eat. There's a certain times that you can't eat certain things.
Yeah, after 9, 10 o'clock, you shouldn't be eating no. Yeah.
No
Go ahead.
greasy, fat ass buffalo chicken wing. I mean,
no Chinese food.
I mean,
no
fat,
Chinese food.
No Chinese food. No barbecue spare. But it was one fat chicken, just one fat greasy one. Those are the best ones, and it had sauce on it. It was just sitting there, and I see it had been left alone. So I came down because I forgot my charger. And I came down and I saw it and I said, nah. It's too late to be messing with that fat, greasy chicken wing. There's no way I'm going to eat. I don't know what time. It might be 11 something at night or whatever. And when I went upstairs and I laid down, I couldn't stop thinking about this greasy, fat, chunky chicken wing. And I was like, and it was bulky. Like it was the one chicken wing that I was gonna have to take a napkin with me and have a plate the whole night. It was one of them things. Like I was like, so I said, leave it alone, Mike. Leave it alone. You gotta wake up early. You don't need no problems. And then I sleep with this thermos next to me because I need to be hydrated, right? And I don't think I put enough. I drank it. I didn't.
What did you drink? Did you have water or Sunkist?
No, my Diet Sunkist. Diet Sunkist is my crack. That is my crack. Y'all ain't never had Diet Sunkist.
Diet
Sunkist is
you need
so
water.
Diet Sunkist is so good. I don't even drink the regular Sunkist. Like I had regular Sunkist and I ain't even like it. I said I need the Diet Sunkist.
Okay.
So I went back down. Now I'm sleepy now, and I went back down to fill my thermos, my little Dunkin' Donuts thermos up. Shout out to Dunkin' Donuts. One day you're gonna actually sponsor this show. And I went downstairs and I forgot about the chicken wing. But when I got down there, I saw it. And I said, fuck. I said it's like me passing, like I can pass a drink by once, but passing a drink by 2 times? You want me to pass that double shot of vodka 2 times? And I fell for it. And I warmed that bad boy up. And I was sitting in front of that microwave, catching all that radiation. I felt that euphoria. I had a euphoria that I couldn't wait. And I said, boy, listen here. Let me tell you something. I was so ghetto that when it warmed up, I got a piece of bread.
Oh, that's even worse. Bread is worse, just as bad. Oh my God. Bread and the big greasy fat chicken wing.
Big greasy fat I wanted to show you the mix up. I wanted to show you because I want to grab it. There are these cookies. There are these cookies that we have here. There are these cookies, and they're the vanilla wafer cookies. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. They got the cream in the middle and
the vanilla wafers. Yeah.
They're sugar cookies.
Yeah.
Those are another one of my crack fiend addictions. And while the chicken wing was warming up, I decided I said, you know what? I'm gonna grab this bread and I'm gonna grab me like 3 cookies.
At this point, why not? I'll make it up tomorrow. I go a little less tomorrow. You start justifying, right?
And I put them in my plate and I took them to my room, and I didn't want to touch nothing because you ever start nipping and snacking while you on your way to your room. By the time you get there, you halfway through. And I said, nah, I'm gonna wait till I sit down. I turned on the light and I had the fan on, and I went in. I had 1 chicken wing, I had a slice of bread and 3 cookies. And I turned off them lights
and went right to sleep.
And I went right to sleep. And I woke back up 15 later, and my stomach was like,
that's what Stacey just said. Your stomach don't hurt. That's a bad combination.
My stomach was on fire. And I was so mad at myself. Not only I was mad at myself because of my stomach, I was mad at myself because my old ass can't eat stuff after a certain time. And I never thought I was going to be that person. That was my night.
Good morning, Malia. On the check-in, I see Shelly, Shauna, Aristotle, Rob Bass, Brian Stafford. What up, Al? I see the hearts and likes on Facebook. What up? All right, go ahead.
All right, well, let's get to it. We have a special guest that's going to be on the show later on, Perrion Roberts. For those who don't know, if you saw the BET Plus, what was the name? It was American Gangster. It was about so it was American Gangster. Trap Queen. That's what it was. Trap Queen. And basically, they have excellent, well-done documentaries about former drug dealers. And hers was especially special because I had seen 2 on women, 3. My bad. I saw the Spanish lady from Colombia. I forget her name. She was in Cocaine.
Blanco.
Yeah, she was in Cocaine Cowboys, who was murderous. I saw the one lady from the West Coast. So this was the third lady, Perrion Roberts, and she has changed her life. She has gone from being trap queen, running down south, and being a queen pin, and having a Mexican cartel connect. She went from feeding America drugs to now trying to save America from drugs now. So she has an amazing story that she's about to drop, and she's got an idea that they're pushing to try and save these young people from the fentanyl epidemic that is going on throughout this country. Recently, 3 young ladies overdosed on fentanyl in a Jersey mall in their car during the day, and it's sad. I've been to rehab a few times. And fentanyl is something that I had heard about. I had never been familiar until I got there. Yeah, I'm a veteran, VIP in the rehab. But I didn't know what the fentanyl was. And they started telling me. They started telling me the drugs that they were doing, they were scared now because when they went to go do them, they didn't know if somebody had put fentanyl in them. And I just don't understand why drug dealers would want to kill their customers. Like, I will never understand.
Business, that wouldn't make sense.
Like, we want you to get high.
It's hit or miss. So a lot of them, they're not chemists, number one. So a lot of them, they don't know how little or how much it is in there. So
yeah, I understand it, but I'm like, at a certain point when people started dying, you killing your customers, and you're like, well, maybe we should just chill with the fentanyl altogether. Maybe we should just stop putting it in there and just give them the regular stuff and just start getting. But hey, I ain't no damn drug dealer, so I have no idea. But we're gonna have that interview today, and tomorrow, Mr. Charleston White has confirmed to be on the show tomorrow. Now, if you don't know who Charleston White is, then I don't know where you've been, but he's a very controversial, I should say, social media influencer, or maybe I should call him a
community activist.
A community activist, and his thoughts are very controversial. A lot of people, and a lot of the thoughts that he has, a lot of people get mad because he puts it in your face on what we have been claiming and bragging about. And then when he puts it in your face, like, oh, since you've been claiming and bragging about this, why are you mad about that? But we'll have that. If you haven't seen the interview that I had with him on the CW33, you can always go to Media Room 360 TV. You can watch every show we do here. You can watch Shawnee Scott on air, her show on CW33, and the Big Bink's Break Room. You can watch everything on Media Room 360 TV. All right. Do y'all want to start? Where do y'all want to start? I don't know where do y'all want to start today, because we got rest in peace Kevin Samuels. We got a Kevin Samuels piece. We have comedian Corey Holcomb got a phone call from R. Kelly. Actually got a phone call on his show from R. Kelly. We can start with there. We don't have any footage, but Tekashi 6ix9ine finally got that ass beat down at a sauna, at one of them gyms, and they got video of that. It's up to y'all. We can do that. Where do y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with Kevin Samuel? Because Kevin Samuel can always make us play the music. Like, I know he can make the women start, and we'll have to play the music for the women. So
we used to.
Shout out to Red Boy. He just sent me an email about the course. So I'll hit you up with some information.
All right, Red Boy, you want to be part of the dream. All right, you want to be part of the dream. Clap it up. Go ahead. So let's start with the Kevin Samuel clip. I haven't even seen it. I haven't even seen the Kevin Samuel clip, so I don't even know where Kevin Samuel's going with this. Rest in peace. Or where he went with this. You know, one thing I will say, Kevin Samuel had the barbershops on smash. When I would go get my hair cut, them screens, people would have multiple, separate offices, and every screen would have a different episode of what Kevin Samuel was chopping somebody down. I didn't agree with stuff he didn't. He said. I thought he was, I thought sometimes, but then, other times it's like everything else. Some of it I'm good with, some of it I'm not. Do we have the clip?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go. Let's play R.I.P. Kevin Samuel.
You're not the dominant alpha male or the super select guy. Only way you're going to end up becoming pre-select is by approaching women.
So women can tell I'm not getting no play?
Anybody, all 462 people in the chat room can tell you ain't getting no play. That's the energy you're getting. Because you're a guy that said you don't think you should have to approach women. They should give you choosing signals. Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10". How much do you weigh?
Uh-oh. I weigh about...
To what?
Depending on the day, between 280 to 285.
So you're a fat fucker.
Yeah.
So you think a 5'10", almost 300-pound dude, how much money you make?
Woo. Like 482 weeks.
So you make 482 weeks. So you make 800 a month. You make less than $10,000. Okay.
But how many 20-year-olds was him?
Hold on. Dude, I was a 20-year-old and I was making far more money than that. In the 80s, where minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. So I need to hear it.
It's 40.
How long? You got a big dick?
Huh?
You have a big dick?
I mean, it's above average. I ain't no Ron Jeremy.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I didn't say it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
Nigga, you know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit.
Well, damn.
You do know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
I mean,
you don't have a big dick. That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude. And you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing signals at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month at 20 years old. Women should approach you. What they get, they don't even get a big dick.
He had to laugh. He had to laugh at his
Oh God.
Now, see, the dude.
One of my
now you know.
moments I agree with.
Yo, the dude would have been better off if he tried to say that he needs a woman to show him signals. No, what you are is you shy. You shy, and you're not secure in going up. Now, one of the hardest things now in real life, one of the hardest things in life for a man, a heterosexual man, is to learn his formula on how to approach women, because everybody does it differently. Everybody does it differently. Like just because I'm funny, that's allowed me to get close when I was trying to holler at a woman to get close to him by being funny. And a natural conversation would be, something they would laugh. And I said, okay, this is my thing. It started in high school. My thing was, listen, I can make them laugh. This is how I can crack the codes early in my life. This was my high school thing. So he would have been better off just admitting that he's shy and that he's scared to holler at these chicks. I walked back to the room. I bet you did. I bet you walked there. You were like, huh?
What I miss? I just was in the bathroom. What I miss?
I was about to go make me something to eat. I was about to go grab a chicken wing and a slice of bread with some cookies. And all of a sudden, I was realizing, well, they talk about what? They talk about what? Now, what do y'all like? See, y'all grown now. Y'all grown now. Do y'all get because y'all different now? Because in your 20s, let's take y'all back to your 20s.
Yes.
A dude making $41,000 and they're at 20 years old. Go ahead, Mike. Because that was
you're in your 20s. Should we bring up the weight? Okay, keep the weight out. Keep the weight.
No,
at 20 now you can.
Because they can see this, so they can see on the outside that he's 5'10", 280, pushing 300 pounds, but making.
And he's not working out.
All
He would have said he worked out. He ain't working. He ain't work. But do y'all? All right. First question: Do y'all give signals when y'all was out there? When y'all was out there, did y'all give signals, or did things just happen? It just happened. Or do y'all ever give signals? Like, how do I know? Like, Mo, how does a guy know back in the day that you are now interested?
Did you blink, flirt?
Well, first of all, if he's confident, not cocky, but if he's confident in himself, in his conversation, then I don't have to give any sick. He knows it happens organically.
Oh, he knows it happens organically.
Yeah, a man is going to know if a woman is interested or not through the conversation. I shouldn't have to give no
That's
signals
not
like
true.
no airplane, like I want to be chose type
No, but
of vibe.
But just like a man gives you the vibe that he's into you, what type of vibe do you give? That what type of vibe did you give?
Do you
Because we
extend a
all give off
conversation?
something.
I give receptive conversation back.
Okay.
Right.
My body language is pleasant.
Okay.
Y'all don't look at body language.
Right.
Oh, you do the touch the shoulder. You laugh and touch the shoulder. You touch him.
You know, boundaries matter. So you know you gotta be careful how you touch people.
You gotta respect them, man.
Gotta be careful how you touch people. But if you talking to a woman,
right,
and she got her back like, oh, okay, and she not really like invested in what you're saying, she's not giving like meaningful feedback.
right.
And she giving the one word, oh, all right.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that sucks. Oh,
that means she's not interested. She's not interested.
Oh, that sucks when you get.
She's already friend zoned you in her mind. You're already in the friend zone. You already in the here. Take my card. It's something. And if she give you her card, like you could forget it.
If she gives you the card, you can forget it.
If she gives you the card instead of saying, here, put my number in your phone.
Oh yeah. Because
most of the time when you get cards from people, especially in your 20s, you get cards from people, where they go, they get thrown on a dresser, they get pocket. Like it's not really a connection, especially if it's not business.
And that body language thing is true, because I knew it when Shawnee held my hand in New York that there was something. I'm a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, if there's not any body language like going on, you definitely know. If you're not sure of yourself, then you're gonna keep pressing, even if you're getting those negative body language signals. So,
all right, Shawnee. Now Shawnee's a little different, but I'm gonna let you. She's a little different. I ain't gonna lie, she's a little different. But go ahead.
Every man that I've ever talked to has told me I didn't know that you were interested, because I don't give off those signals. Anybody that comes and talks to me, I give them the same energy, because I'm gonna look you in your face, especially a dude coming to talk to me. Yeah, I'm gonna look you right in your face and talk to you and answer whatever question. I'll be polite. Most of the time, I have the resting bitch face, so people don't know, and they won't say. So I have to disagree with Mo that they know, because I know I don't give off those signals. I'm not gonna.
You got the resting bitch face, girl.
They ain't gonna know.
You give everybody the resting bitch face.
And at 20,
I wouldn't know either.
And at 20, you couldn't be fat, because I wasn't fat, and I went to the gym 5 times a week, and I would get up and run 2 miles every morning. So no, my dude definitely could not be fat. You didn't have to be 6 feet, but you showed him be 5'1" like me. But the money, and at 20, I wasn't thinking about how much money does this person have. It was, okay, can I deal with you? Do I even want to be around you? Do I want to talk to you? Do I even want you in my space? And if I could, have fun with the person, then okay, then they can hang around. But if not,
yeah.
I'm
telling y'all what. The problem with y'all two is that y'all got the pretty girl syndrome, and y'all don't understand it. Let me finish. It's not disrespectful, but y'all don't understand hollering when it comes to hollering at a woman who is legit pretty. It's different when you holler at a 5, because it's late and the club about to close. You already know. Chances are you like, girl, you didn't just come with us. She's a 5. Mo, don't you make that face, because you done seen it happen.
I appreciate your honesty, man.
You done seen it happen. But when you jump when you in the 7s, the 8s, once you hit a 7.5 and you get to the 8, now you know that this woman has been used to people trying to holler at her. So she got a cocky attitude now. Now her attitude is different. Her attitude is, I've been the star of the show my entire life. When I walk in someplace, I get attention, knocker. So you coming over here with your little funny little jokes, and all that other stuff. Yeah, that's cute. But it takes a lot to build up. It's like going, like I said about relationships. It's like going from high school basketball to college basketball to the pros. And when you get to the pros, You gotta have the fakest confidence you've ever had. Shawnee didn't take that mess back then. She kept guys accountable. Yeah, until she held my hand in New York. And it all
Sure, that's common sense. Damn, come on. I think we doing money because it's elementary school. So yeah, he's seen it all.
But ain't there some truth to what he's saying, though, Mo? To be honest, and Shawnee, that when you feel like guys are always trying to holler at a female, if you're that female, you know guys always trying to holler. Your confidence is different. You're looking at.
I don't feel like guys are always trying to. I don't feel like I never felt like guys were always trying to holler at me because just because somebody was talking to me didn't mean in my mind I didn't take that as they trying to holler at me. Because if I start talking to somebody, it don't necessarily mean that I'm trying to.
You're not naive, Shawnee. You're not naive. You know.
No, that ain't naive. Just because somebody say hello does not mean that they trying to holler at you. That does not mean that. They could just be being polite.
They're not on the East Coast. Lady Q with the Q comment. What you brought woke up inspired. I damn near cursed the Mr. Out when we met. I gave him my club name, but my real number. It was meant to be, I guess. Yes, it was.
Yeah, when I called, I asked for the fake name. She told me her name was Tammy. I said,
"Do you remember the name?"
I remember the name because she lied to me. That's how we started off with a lie. And then she told me who? She didn't even know who? Tammy. Like, and she forgot that she told me her fake name. And I'm like, dang. And then she's like, oh, and then it clicked. But yeah, she lied initially. But y'all know when a guy is trying.
Keep talking. I gotta grab some real quick. Keep talking.
I was just saying, y'all know when a guy is legit trying to holler, and you know that if you're not physically attracted, usually you immediately shut them right down, or you put up the snub nose. And I'm just saying that the pretty girl syndrome is real, I believe, and you can act like it don't exist. But it's true.
I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, but I don't think that every pretty girl embodies that. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't think that every
unconsciously. You don't think that they know I'm always getting hit on. People always trying to holler. Come on.
I think the ones who are stuck on themselves, a lot of the ones who are conceited, may have that mentality. I was going to say Shawnee was green. I wasn't going to say
that's naive. My best friend.
Shawnee can't be. She can't be that naive. She can't be. But Dwella confirmed it.
But everybody wasn't trying to holler, Dwella. Everybody wasn't trying to holler, Dwella.
Go get her, Dwella. Go get her. She be playing that bullshit. Go get her. She be on that bullshit. Go get her.
So every time somebody try to talk,
I dated a different type of guy in my 20s, so I can't really speak to that whole struggle of how a guy is perceiving a woman type of energy. I don't think that's true though, Jay Black.
What's
not
true?
for
What's
all
true?
women, not for all girls.
No, the syndrome, the pretty girl syndrome.
The pretty girl syndrome is real. Like, I'm not saying y'all. The pretty girl syndrome is real. You'll be at the club, you see the one who's getting hollered at all night. You'll be at the comedy club. You see the one that every comedian is trying to holler at.
Every girl who you think is pretty may not have that level of self-esteem to even feel like, oh, everybody's trying to holler at me.
But
so you have to look like you're looking at it through the lens of, wow, she's beautiful. Wow, she's pretty. I know everybody want to holler at her, where she may not feel that way about herself.
But it
please,
don't matter.
She's dancing in the middle of the dance floor by herself, winding it up, looking for all the attention. When everybody, please.
Maybe she like the dance. Shit, Jay Black. I like reggae music. I like salsa. I like merengue. And them moves stick.
Good morning, Joy.
It doesn't mean that I want attention. It just means I be in my own world when I'm in the club.
Look, I've been at the club with
I mean,
Mo wanted attention. I've been at the club with Mo. Mo wanted attention. Stop playing with me. Mo walked in that club and shit stopped. Matter of fact, I didn't even literally. No, that's not on you. That's not on you. But what I'm saying is, whatever, like you said, a woman might not feel that she's as dope as we all think she is, but that doesn't matter. That's your personal feeling. I'm saying how difficult, people don't understand how difficult it is to approach a woman who's the star of the spot. Like you gotta really suck it up and be like, all right, we going in.
But you have to be confident, just like with anything else you want. Doesn't matter how high of a bar you think it is. If you want it, you're gonna go after it, and that's why a lot of people be like, "Oh my gosh, how he get her?" Persistence and confidence.
Yeah, but everybody's got fake confidence. So we all got to make believe we got, because I got confidence most of the time too, but I'm scared to death before I get on stage. I got to make believe. I got this confidence. Dwella said most guys would pass over me for being the fair-skinned chick, thinking I was stuck up. They'd approach Shawnee and get the business. Well, damn, you saying they only hollered at Shawnee because they thought she was stuck up? Well, damn, Dwella.
No, they hollered at Shawnee because she was the dark-skinned girl.
No, they would holler at
pet.
Dwella because I am the dark one, and we've been kicking it since 3rd grade. But she's more approachable. Like her body language, she's inviting. I'm not. I'm standing there like, what you want? The way you don't made up. So I may have on my hair in a ponytail, some sweatpants, and my sneakers. But yeah,
but men will tell you
if I know that you're trying to holler,
Shawnee, that's attractive.
But
she said, you just said about the hair, sweatpants, ponytail, not really made up. You'd be surprised. Like the men that I talk to say that that's when they feel like women are bussing. Like that's when they want to talk to a woman the most, when she is on her downtime.
And I think Dwella was saying the fact that she's lighter skinned, they say, she's stuck up. I'm gonna go with the easier catch. The dark skinned girl probably got a little less self-esteem. Easy to bag.
And they found out real quick. This ain't what you want.
And I tell you, all that stuff that guys say, oh, well, when they got sweatpants on, that's when I feel. Guys think everything's attractive. Guys think every damn thing. If you look good, you could be wearing some damn, you could be wearing no shoes. Back in the day, I used to dance with all ugly guys or non-attractive guys at the club because girls kept turning them down. They were fun. Yeah.
Kathy just wanted free drinks. That's all Kathy wanted.
You gotta stay. You gotta understand when you're not.
How you get it.
Unequally yoked sometimes. Hey, sometimes guys have to admit, this is when you really got to do it. Sometimes guys have to admit this woman that I'm about to try and holler at is out of my league. This is probably not going to be a good one. This is probably not going to be a good one.
She can say though is no,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's what she can say.
This is why the drinking problem started. I had to go to the bar, get me,
courage.
Get me like 2-3 double shots and be like, all right, here we go. Let's see if Holly Berry gonna holler at me. Let's see.
Even in my 20s, you had to stand 10 feet down. Like you had to have some confidence, like about yourself. Don't know, like that's, even if you faking it until you make it, you had to have some level of confidence about yourself. Nobody wants to talk to a guy who does not have confidence. Like,
so you don't want to talk. So you don't want to talk. So you don't want to talk to a shy guy.
Mike. So what happens is, if she thinks the guy's unattractive, now he's not confident. Now he's just cocky and it depends on what they believe.
Between cocky and confidence.
But this is why nice guys finish last, because a nice guy might be shy and keep to himself, and he'll be trying. And that's the one that'll get overlooked and turn into Bill Gates. That'll be Jay-Z. Let's be clear. Jay-Z has confidence. I'm saying the look.
Aesthetically.
Aesthetically. I'm not. The confidence obviously is on $1 trillion. Like obviously his confidence was on $1 trillion. Like can't nobody touch Jay-Z and 50 Cent's confidence. Their confidence is somewhere like beyond what I wish. If I could have like 3 wishes, one of those wishes would be Jay-Z and 50 Cent's confidence. What was that last comment that was there? What was the last comment? I never drank alcohol in my life. I just like to have fun. Man, let me give you a round of applause. God, I wish I knew how to do that. Go ahead, bro.
She don't need no liquor to enjoy herself.
Oh, you need to teach a class. You need to do a YouTube class on how you figure that out. Just put a video up, please. Lord have mercy. I don't even know if I could have walked into a club sober. I don't even know why people go to clubs sober. I don't even get that. The damn Patrick, they are fun. Heaven Samuel, rest in peace.
That's the one time I definitely agree with his rant.
You ever dated somebody who was ugly?
I did.
She said I did.
And this is all.
And I'm like,
this is all subjective. This is all subjective.
I didn't think they were ugly.
He was ugly.
Yeah, I ain't never dated nobody I thought was ugly.
Yeah.
So, Mo, why would you start dating someone that you wasn't attracted to? Because that means there had to be a beginning.
So the beginning is we were in a group And all my friends, they was like, you should talk to him. He this, he that. I was like, I don't. He ugly. I ain't talking to him. But because we became friends, you know, sometimes that niceness and all of that, it wears you down, and then you see past the ugly.
Yeah. This is what guys do, Mo. They be like, but her body.
Right, Ashley.
And they were, Ashley. They were.
Yeah, but this was.
I do number 3 date drug dealers in my 20s. Go ahead.
Yeah, she did.
And things was fat.
What'd you say?
A couple of things had to be fat.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Here y'all go. What are the couple of things? What are the couple of things that had to be fat?
I like my pockets like I like my shoe size.
Right.
No, I ain't gonna lie. The funny thing about dating, when God, yes, he had really little hands. Yes, you stupid. When my wife ugly, but she.
Give and take, right, Richard? It's give and take.
Why do I gotta read? Why do I forget? I just let Richard. I keep forgetting. Just let Richard's comments just sit there. Don't read them out loud. Just leave
you gotta
it
read
there.
it. You gotta show them love.
Oh my God!
You took time to put it out there.
He said my wife is ugly. This is for guys. This is how you know a guy's girl facially wasn't attractive, because they always would talk about her body. They be like, yo, her body, she got attracted to her body. Her body is crazy. And to me, I need a pretty face, but I did back in the day, I did date a chick that, you know, you're not supposed to say a person's ugly, but in my opinion, the person was ugly. And the crazy thing is when the ugly person breaks up with you and you're like, bitch, hey, what?
They broke up with you.
You're not enough to break up with me.
You see me? But you know we unequally yoked, and I'm the higher one. I'm the higher power. What do you mean this ain't gonna work out? If you don't bring your little mud duck ass back over here,
look at you. Look at me and look at you.
What you doing?
What you doing?
For women, it's when the ugly dude cheat on you. Because then you be like, audacity. Fucking audacity.
Because you know why? When the ugly dude holler at somebody who's pretty, his confidence. Remember, you said you talked about confidence. His confidence elevates and goes, you know what? I'm smashing. You know what? I need to be in these streets. Damn it! I need to be back in these streets.
That's why women don't need to give no ugly dude no grace.
Oh, that's horrible, Rich. Oh, but thanks for the laugh. We know you lying. Nah, don't, please. I hope your wife must not watch this show. Jeez,
there are women who pay all of the bills.
I don't believe he's married.
Shame on them, but I don't think Richard married.
What you mean shame on them?
What shame on them?
All kind of stuff.
What you mean shame on them if they pay all the bills? What you mean? I paid all the bills. Why ain't shame on me?
Yeah, no, you the head. I'm good. I wish I would.
Double standard. You hear it coming.
You see it? Hey, let me tell you something.
What you want? We live in a double standard world. Shoot, I'm just riding out by the rules y'all set.
If there's reincarnation and I come back and I can still understand what my past life was about, man, I'd be just like a woman when it comes to having qualifications. I'd be looking for a chick who's educated, I'm like, what do you plan to do with your life?
But I have my own bag. I'm educated.
And that's the one I want.
So it's not that I have to depend on anybody.
I want somebody with their own bag.
Craig's money.
Does an ugly woman know she's ugly? Because I usually don't. Even the ugly girls, they like. I'm just curious.
It's such a 2023 conversation.
It depends on how they was raised. If your daddy always told you was pretty, can't nobody tell you any different.
I think everybody has an ugly moment. Everybody has an attractive moment, and everybody has an ugly moment when they're not their best.
What do you mean everybody has an ugly moment? But a moment is just like 15 minutes of waking up and
your face is your face.
The hell you talking about?
You know, you have your moments, you know, when you're not so hot.
Yeah, that's in the morning time or something when you're around the house. But yeah, okay. Oh, what was the last comment?
Don Page.
I dated this ugly woman. The more time I spent with her, the better. And she started to look. Now that's true. Now that's true.
People can grow on you. Yeah.
That's what happened to my ugly dude. I was like,
that's what happened to my ugly dude. This is no, we're not supposed to be talking like this.
It's a safe space.
He knew his ass was ugly, so he knew
How
he
did
had
you
to
do it though?
With.
I can't sit up and look at somebody I don't want to look at.
Butterface.
Sometimes when you turn the lights out and you squint real hard, you take your glasses off. Sometimes it,
we can't even get to that if you are not attractive. I can't. I ain't gonna be able to do it. It's like,
Tajami said, a lot of times women think a dude's trying to holler, but it's only be self-entertainment for the dude. Well, I mean, sometimes I guess.
Just to see if they got it still.
No, I don't do that whole. I just want to see if I got it still.
And a lot of women have the spirit of discernment, so I know if you playing with me. Like I don't do that. Don't play in my face now.
Mm-hmm.
In my 20s, I did.
Your 20s, but
you start saying in my 20s, guys.
In your 20s, that's always that
qualifications now.
That is the version of women saying in college. It happened in college, like well, in my 20s, in my 20s.
Qualifications now.
I did. Now I'm grown. I understand the way of the world, and I've matured. They had big D's. So
Kathy said it didn't matter if they were ugly.
Girl, listen. We can't even get to all of that.
BDM, honey. BDM.
All right. Well, Kathy retired. She got plenty of time. Go find you a big dick. You got plenty. You retired, mama. You retired. Go get it. You retired. Go get some retired big dick. Go make it happen, mama. Go. You deserve it. You done worked all your life. Catch you an ugly big whatever. I remember Rich Boy was cute. Ugly just cause throwing them D's on it was my Ashley. So you was groupied out a little bit. We know we love you, Ashley, but you were groupied out. You were groupied out a little bit.
Rich know you just retired. He know you just retired, Kathy.
Yeah, don't check your invite.
Hold up, Richard. Put Richard. This is so inappropriate. Richard, you are not hollering at one of our viewers who is retired.
Kathy's retired. She's sitting on money. She's good.
Kathy got her pension.
Richard gonna sit up there and try and smash out, watch People's Court with her or some crazy. Just like,
hey, look, here go Kathy. I did. She's checking her inbox.
Wait, Rich is married. Rich is married.
His wife is ugly.
I don't think he's married.
Don Page said she cooked and she treated me like a king. She smashed me so good my nose was open. Okay, well, listen, man.
So when you ugly, you gotta compensate in other areas. So like let's put them rules out there. That it's true with Don Page just said.
Oh yeah, well, what the late Kevin Samuel said, you got to be rich or well endowed, and there's got to be something else made for it. But Sexy Mo said, in a segue, should we? Oh, we can get to it. We missed the top of the hour.
We got our guest is here.
Our guest is here.
That's what I was getting to.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Damn, women. I was getting to. I was about to get the segue. I was about to get the segue on. Sexy Mo claimed in her 20s, all she did was date drug dealers. But we have, which was, I witnessed it. I was there. I ain't see the people. I just, word on the street was. But we have a legendary woman who's much more than a former drug dealer. And what she's doing now with her life is absolutely amazing. The ideas that she's bringing are revolutionary. Like I said, she was somebody who fed America the drugs, and now she's trying to save America from drugs. You may have seen her on American Gangster's Trap Queen on BET Plus. We have the honor and pleasure of having why did I miss the name? I messed the name up.
Miss Perrion.
Perrion. I was about to say Perrion Roberts. Perrion Roberts, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, let me get the applause. Where's the applause? Where's the applause? Where's the applause? Where's the applause? There we go. Sorry about that, Perrion.
That's okay.
I feel like I'm looking at a star because I watched the documentary, and I'm like, it's weird that to have you live on here because I watched it and I was you scared me. Like you scared me.
Really?
Like it ain't nothing scarier than a woman who's attractive and dangerous at the same damn time, but dangerous like you made a statement, and I don't want to do too much jumping because I want to go through your life, and then I want to get to the important stuff that you're doing right now that I think is genius and amazing. You made a statement, and I was like, you was like, if a man came over, he could sleep with me. But then he had to sleep on the floor with the dogs. I said, well, god damn. I said, wait, I can't stay on the bed. We always say this when we see these documentaries. We always say, if this person, female or male, who's a drug dealer, who lived this life, this person would have been given an opportunity to go to college, they're geniuses. They're marketing and business geniuses. Now the reverse was with you. You actually had already proven academically how intelligent you really were when you went to what was it, Alabama A&M?
Yes.
You went to Alabama A&M. So at that point, you're in college. There's no way in the world I'm thinking to myself that you're gonna leave college and then become a queen pin. Like, who the fuck graduates to a queen pin? Like, who does it? Because we don't have a lot of time. We're going to get into your family life and stuff like that, which is very important. I think played a major role in some of the triggers that you have. No pun intended. But
none taken.
How does the progression happen that you're in college, you're doing your thing, and give me the story on how you then jump into this game?
Okay. Well, I was in school. And my majors was computer science and mechanical engineering. So I had a double major.
Damn.
And
what the fuck?
So I academically was doing very well. But I asked my mom, I said, I go to college. We go to college so we can get out, have a good job, and make money, right? And she was like, yeah, that's the plan, to make a lot of money. And so when I started selling drugs, a little bit while I was in college, and then, it progressed on until I just left A&M totally for a little while. Then I went back a couple of more times. But anyways, I was thinking at that time, why am I going to school every day so that in 4 years I can make money when I'm making money now,
right?
And I can make more money than what I would be making, legally.
Right.
But that would have been a progressive money that I would have later on got a chance to enjoy without the barriers that I had to cross.
Now, we're going to backtrack a little bit. Who was the person who introduced you to drug dealing? Champ. So that was somebody that you were involved in, that's the gentleman that you met at the club, that the teen club that you guys used to go hang out at and everything like that. And then how does he introduce this to you? Like, how do you get involved with him selling drugs, selling the weed? What's that conversation like?
Okay. So, when I first started dating him, that's not what he was doing. He and his cousins, they were breaking in buildings and just taking everything out of buildings. They actually closed a lot of small businesses by doing that. And with them doing that, well, then my dad was a contractor. He had his own business and building houses and whatever. So when they break in walls and stuff, then I would tell my dad so that he could get the job to, fix it. Yo,
that is so fucked up, but that is so brilliant at the same time. That is so brilliant. So go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
So I was working at Taco Bell and I was going to A&M at the time. And so one day, because they hung in the projects all the time. I had never been to a project before. And so he came to, I was at his mother's house and he came there and he said, well, they make a lot of money off of weed in the projects, and he said, that's what we should be doing, but we don't have the money to do it. And he said, well, let's use your check. you know, so we use my check and my school check to finance it. And so we lost because it was so many, it was people out there that already had their clients and stuff. So if you hold on to a product so long, you'll lose because it has to keep turning so you can make money. And so we lost several times. And then finally when I got my income tax, then we could buy more.
The famous income tax. Hold on. Let's clap it up for income tax money, baby.
That refund.
Technically, we should blame the government for you starting to sell drugs. We should blame the government, damn, sending them refunds. But go ahead, so you get the income section. You get the income tax
for that, but that's what happened. So then, therefore, we were able to buy more, and then, therefore, that's when we started dominating in selling the marijuana. We rose up really fast, and he shot a guy in the midst of all of that, and he had to go to prison. And so when he went to prison, that's when I came. Because see, I was not singing. Because I was just going to school and working. People that saw me, but they didn't see me. And so they didn't know that I was the one behind the scene of cutting the weed up, bagging it, weighing it up, and bagging it up. And so counting the money and making sure all the money is correct. And so when he went to prison, that's when I went out to try to collect our money. And then, you know, a few of them paid and a few of them thought they wasn't going to pay. And so.
And you know what's funny? I would have been one of them people who got shot. Like you would have shot me because I'd be like, why am I going to pay? Like I understood the drug dealers thinking the people who were working for him that when he went to jail, like I'm going to go on my own. My thing was you got to have the courage, the boldness that you have is like on another level. So you went to this dudes and basically say, I'm collecting now.
Yes, because it was my money. It was technically it was my money.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he was just the front guy. So but technically it was my money anyways. And so yeah, I did because my dad was a street guy.
Right.
And so I guess I learned a lot from him and his ways or whatever. And so, yeah, you're going to pay me my money. That's just bottom line.
But no disrespect, you're a female. You coming to a male saying, give me my bread. Like, you didn't have no muscle with you? Like, I mean, they really took you serious, I guess, initially?
I had muscle with me. I had Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, see? That's right. See, Jay, your ass would have got shot, too. You would have got shot, too.
That's enough muscle.
So somebody wound up not paying you, and you decided I'm gonna have to prove this point. You're gonna give me my money, and you shot the individual in the leg.
Yeah, it was just like spontaneous. It was like he said, "I'm not paying you shit," and so I said, "Oh, yes, the hell you are," and he said he wasn't, and so that's when it just led up to that. Because at the time, I was not like a cursor, you know. I'm coming from Catholic school and college and stuff, so you know, I'm not big on arguing. So I don't argue, and I just reacted.
A lot of people would be like, "Well, how do you just come out and shoot somebody? Like, where do you get that from?" But then your history with your father, kind of led me to believe that this was a learned thing where the reaction. So there was a story where your father was abusive, and you said it would happen. He would be abusive to your mother, and there was a time when you and your brother had enough of it, and you jumped on your father, and then take it from there. You jumped on your father, and then what happened?
Well, when we jumped on him, and I think he was shocked, and so his instinct was when somebody attacked him, you know, he pulled his gun and he shoot, and that's what he did when he slung us down. And when he slung us down, he went in his pocket. We knew what he was going to do. So we ran out the house, and we had these huge pine trees at our house. And so me and my brother, we went and hid up under the tree, and he came out the house shooting. But he didn't see us because it was dark. And so after he left, we ran down the street, and the neighbors walked us back to the house.
And that wasn't the only time that he shot at one of your
No.
siblings. He actually
he actually shot my youngest brother in the leg because he worked with my dad that week, and he decided he didn't want to work the full week, and he left. So when it was payday, he was going to try to make my dad pay him before he paid his workers. And so my dad just snapped and told him he wasn't. So he was going to reach for a stick, and when he went to reach for a stick, my dad shot him in the leg.
Well, goddamn.
It's
Damn.
insane.
And Perrion, you have to realize my real job is I'm a comedian, so I don't want you to take offense. Like white kids' parents put them on timeout. Your daddy was shooting at your asses like that. That is a whole different level. So I wanted you to tell that story because do you think that had an effect mentally on? Obviously it did, but I'm going to ask you: was that what instilled in you that if it goes down, I'm quick to shoot somebody?
Well, yeah, because my dad also told us, and well, he definitely told me, because we talked more than he did with my brothers. He told me if anybody attempt to do anything to me, then I'd be the first to shoot him, because he said I'd rather go and get you out of jail than to be burying you. And so he said, anytime you pull your gun, you shoot. I don't care if you shoot in the air, in the ground, whatever you do. He said, but you use it. You let them know that you will use it. So that's what.
Yeah, and my dad taught me to call the cops. Ain't that about a bitch? My dad said, call authorities. Dad, you ain't see Trap Queen. But with that being said, then you made a comment. I saw your interview with Vlad on Vlad TV. Shout out to Vlad. And I saw your interview, and there was something when I realized that when you make, some people have a concept of money, and then some people have a concept of money. And you said, you made a comment where we weren't really making a lot of money. It was like a few $100,000. And I'm sitting there going in my mind, like a few $100,000, like I'm thinking I'm doing good. So when it transfers, when you then go from the weed and it jumps over into the cocaine, how does that transition happen? Who do you meet? Because I always want to know, where does everybody meet these people that got these situations going on? Who do you meet that puts you on to the cocaine, and how does that change your life when you start selling that?
Okay, so we'll go back just a little bit to Champ.
Okay.
Champ had younger siblings, and he had one brother and his cousins. They all were little boys. They were younger boys, not little boys, but they were younger boys. They used to steal all the time. So, and they used to ride their bikes. So I stopped. I said, well, I'll take y'all, but you have to give me 50% of everything that you take. And so, so I had developed this relationship with these younger guys from the project anyway, you know, as they were growing up. And so one of them, he the one that excelled into selling cocaine. But at that time, when he started doing that, I had went back to school. So I wasn't selling drugs anymore. And so I was coming up the street. I was just riding, and he flagged me down at the light and told me to pull over. And he told me that he had it going on in the project. I said, doing what? Stealing? He was like, no. He said, I'm selling cocaine. I said, you ain't never seen no cocaine. And he said, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I really am. I'm doing it. He was like about 17 and a half, about getting ready to turn 18. And so I said, all right. And he said, come out there. I'll show you. And I'll show you what to do. I said, all right. So I said, nah, I'm just stay in school and do the right thing, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So one day my funds was low, getting low. So I said, you know what, let me go out here and see what he was talking about, you know? And so I went out there, and he showed me. At that time, they was putting powder cocaine in bindles and put them in medicine bottles with rice to keep it from sweating and stuff. And so, you know, he showed me all of that. And I said, okay. And he was doing it. He had little workers and stuff. I said, I like.
Right.
And then I started going out there. I had a little beef with some of his little fellows one day. I went to the project and they're gonna get around me in a circle. But see, they didn't know me, but he did. And when they gathered around and said I wasn't gonna sell out there no more because people would start coming to me.
Right.
And so when they formed a little circle, and I guess they were going to attack me at the same time. So I went in my back and I was getting ready to come out with the pistol. As I was coming out, he was coming out the door yelling, "Y'all better leave her alone." And just when he did, I came out and I was busting. They all got down on the ground.
Oh boy.
And so and then that just, led to one thing to another.
So, and we don't have, and I would love to hear, because I really want to focus on what you're doing now. Like I really do. So that's why I'm trying to like streamline everything. So when that happens, at the height of the cocaine selling, at the height of it, what was the income like? What was the money like coming in like monthly?
Oh, monthly. I was raking in probably about a meal or two. I had at that time I had the Mexican cartel that I was, getting it from. So I had massive amount coming in. And so the people in Huntsville, it wasn't enough. I didn't have enough workers. So I started branching out in different areas of Alabama where I knew people at, and then it just started growing. So I think last count that I had about 77 guys working for me or more. I don't remember the exact count. Somewhere in there.
Did they have a 401k plan or anything? Did you give them a 401k? Nothing?
Yeah, give me my money.
Give me my money. So did it ever turn into the crack deals? Did the cocaine turn into you selling crack?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I stopped selling powder probably 2, maybe 3 years in. And then I started learning how to rock it myself. And so I became a chef because I was the best cooker.
Right.
I was I could cook on the stove. I could cook in the microwave. I could cook on an open fire. And I could make it come back. And no matter what was on it, I could make it come back. And so anyways, after that, I taught them. I taught the guys that were closer to me, but really I wasn't trying to teach them to sell drugs. I basically was trying to teach them life skills and how to manage money and because I had all my guys that worked with me, they had to give money to the homeless people when they see them. They couldn't give them as much as I could every day. And so, to teach them, that's it. Because when you do wrong, you got to follow it with some type of good. Even though you don't see it now, maybe down in the future you will see it. And a lot of them have, but a lot of them continue to do that and end up in prison for a long time.
Now,
Speaking of prison,
go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Speaking of prison, how did you? I'm sure the feds were watching you. How did you avoid? I'm sure you wasn't out in them streets making yourself accessible and selling yourself. How did you avoid? Was they ever watching you? Did you know that you were being watched?
No. They probably were watching me if they could see me, because as I grew into the game, that you saw me less and less and less, and didn't nobody know where I was at no time, I kept it like that. And people didn't know where my mother lived or my grandmother. They didn't even know anything about them because we live on a whole total different side of town. And I grew up over there, and I never put my business out there. And so when I got locked up one time for a very small amount of drugs. It was 0.1 gram, and I actually got 10 years for that. And but they gave me a Fed number, and they said, just in case you do enough where we can charge you with a federal case. So they gave me a federal number. Dang. But I never went to the feds because they never caught me with enough to send me to the feds.
Now, how long did you say you had to spend in prison?
2 years. They offered me 99 years, and they ended up giving me 21 years, and I did 2 years.
And how did you wind up only doing 2 years? I always wondered, how did you wind up only doing 2 years of that 22? Was it just on good behavior or something?
She snitched. No, good.
No, I didn't do that either. There's nobody snitch on when you at the top.
Facts.
You are the fish. You know what I'm saying? So no, I didn't do that. I pray a lot too. So, I know God intervened in that because I told the judge and the DA that God told me that I would only do 2 years, regardless of what they gave me.
Wow.
And but ultimately, I think me filing the lawsuits against the department while incarcerated and winning them is what made them turn me loose, because I literally had them by their balls to say or whatever, and I just didn't let go, and so they rather for me to be out at their hair in a way than to literally be in. But when I went to prison, they always get in Alabama, I don't know where anywhere else, but in Alabama, when you go to prison, about 2 weeks after you're there, they'll give you your parole setup. And so I went in March 04, and the parole board sent me my setup for March 06. So I made parole March 06.
Now that you got caught, but you also beat a capital murder case.
I did.
And which is unheard of for most people, especially a Black woman going into a courtroom, but you were innocent. So but you know how many innocent people are in jail. So you must have some type of relationship with God for this to happen. What was it? What happened? Give us that story. And then I really want to get into everything you're doing now. Give us that story and how you beat that case.
Well, because I wasn't in town, and the guys that did it, they had a beef with the guy. Well, backwards a little bit.
Yeah,
the guy used to sell for me.
Right.
He used to sell for me, and he tried to backdoor me, and so I cut him loose, and I cut him where he couldn't buy drugs from nobody, and nobody in the city was selling nothing, because I had the whole city. So anywhere you go, that's mine, And so he tried to backdoor me. Well, he did with some guys in Birmingham that I had introduced him to. He was with me, and so they gave him the product, and he decided he wasn't going to pay them. So they twisted it around and tried to say it was me, because I had earlier a few months let him, quit fucking with him. And so when they came up here to do that, they had came by my apartment, but I didn't know that that's what they were getting ready to do. You know what I'm saying? I was getting ready to leave town. I had my daughter with me. And so I left, and that was early in the evening, about 6 o'clock or so. So that happened about 10 or 11 o'clock. I'm already out of town. I'm already about where I'm going to be. And so they paid some guy trying to get Crime Stopping money. Lied, called Crime Stoppers and said that I did it, me and my guys, and blah, blah, blah. So they had arrested my guys, but they didn't have me. And so the deal was they would let them go if I would turn myself in. And so that's how that happened. So they let them go. So they were just arrested, but they wasn't charged either. So I had to go to trial. And when I went to trial, they couldn't prove their case because I wasn't there. And so even though they was trying to make it be, so my judge said the next day, he said that he went to the scene of the crime, and he said from where Miss Roberts was and where you said it happened, she couldn't have possibly seen it. And he said, but I know about 200 other people did, and I don't see nobody else in the courtroom being charged but her. And so he said, I don't, and asked the DA, asked my lawyer, did they have any more witnesses to put on anything? But actually the DA's witness had testified in my behalf. And so they didn't like that. But anyway, the judge said he didn't have a choice but to acquit me and dismiss the case.
And do you know how abnormal that is for a judge to go above and beyond, to go to the area himself and to literally be like, I really want to know the truth. Because, you know, we got
Correct.
we got people going to jail, obviously, who probably have or are in similar situations. Like, I wasn't there. I wasn't even in town. And the judge normally doesn't give a fuck. And it's like, who cares?
Exactly.
Hopefully you got the right attorney with you, because if you go to jail, you
I
go to
did.
jail.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
true.
did. And you obviously did.
Excuse me.
I always ask this question at the height. I always ask this to drug dealers that I've met in my life and family, people who are doing long bids in jail right now, in prison right now. Was there ever a moment where you were just like, I got enough money to stop? And did you ever have that thought that I could stop right now? And why didn't you? Or did you ever even think about stopping?
I thought about stopping. No, I never thought that, you know, I had enough money because I was helping so many families and so many people. So it's like I got enough money for me, but then what about them? What about the kids that won't have Christmas next year or this coming year, or shoes or food to eat that, you know, I literally took care of across the state.
Damn.
And so I was looking more at other people's well-being than my own. But when my grandmother passed away within 2 months, that's what broke me. So that's why I decided to step away. And I was tired. And I told the Lord, I said, I'm tired and I want a way out. So how do you have a way out when you are the way? You know, and any other time, if you work for somebody, you know, if you stop, you'll get killed or whatever. So I don't have those worries. I said, so Lord, what am I going to do? But I want to stop. I'm tired. And so he made it possible, you know, in 2 weeks, I was captured. And so, but that ain't that's not the outcome. That's not what I was looking for. But, you know, I was always taught, my mother always taught me, be specific in what you ask the Lord for. And I was not specific. So it was his way, and it turned out to be the best way. So.
And Mike, she mentioned earlier, I caught something. She said she was in an apartment. You making $2 million a month. How did you stay humble, not to be flashy? I assume that was part of your game to be low key.
Yeah, I had the apartment was where my drugs lived. I didn't live there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dummy, you don't know nothing. J Black, she ain't live there. She paid the rent for the drugs. The drugs lived in that 1-bedroom apartment, dude.
I had, you know, I had trap cars and trap houses and everywhere. You can't be a successful drug dealer if you're staying planted in one spot anyway. So, you know, so where I lived is where no one knew. And that's when I want to go and get some sleep or rest. But most of the time when I did that, I'll go get a hotel room and stay in there for about 2 or 3 days.
And I
didn't want nobody to know where I was.
And I say young people, but adults do the same thing. Like, we watch these documentaries and we all start. Well, number one, the thing is we start rooting for the drug dealer. Like we start, even though we know American Trap Queens is on Gangster season 3 is on BET Plus right now. So if you want to go check it out, please do that and go check it out. So we always start we always start thinking it's so simple. We're like, we just wouldn't have done that. We just wouldn't have done this. We would have done all she had. I've heard this on this show. All she had to do was not do this or not do that. When you hear people talk like that, what do you think?
Well, see, everybody's decision is their own decision. And so, you know, my decision wasn't based upon nothing nobody had taught me or what nobody or what they suggested, because most of the time, if somebody suggests something to me, I'm not going to do it that way because that's not the right way for me. I'll listen, but that's not what I'm going to do. So, you know, you make up your own mind and you make up your own decision in what you want to do and how you want to do. I chose to run an operation where people are making money so that they can take care of their families and teach them, because most of them dropped out of school, so they didn't even know how to count. And so basically I taught them math. I taught them economics. You know, I taught them how to survive, and so you know, and they're doing it. Some of them got good jobs now. You know, some of them, you know, got jobs. You know, they went on and did things with their life. You know what I'm saying? Some of them didn't. You know, but you can't save everybody. My mama always told me, if you can save one, you've done your job. So,
yes, you have. Yes, you have. And with that being said, you're trying to save people. That's what you're trying to do right now.
Absolutely.
So, the fentanyl strips. Well, let's start with what you're doing. What is it that your passion is now, and that what organization, and where are you putting all your love and your passion to right now?
My passion now is to bring awareness to the fentanyl crisis, and also to lead by example. I'll mention this right quick. I received a pardon, also a full pardon.
Oh, wow.
In 2014. And that was for the drugs, the murder, everything. The state of Alabama gave me a pardon for it. So then I filed another lawsuit when I got out of prison to help ex-felons to be able to vote, or returning citizens to be able to vote. I won that in 2017. Amazing. Then just recently, in November, I received a expungement for the murder case, an expungement for the last drug case, and then he dismissed the two prior smaller drug cases. So all of my cases has been pardoned, expunged, and dismissed. The same cases.
Wow.
Just in time served passing from enough time and the good that you're doing now. Is that why you believe?
No. I believe that the law passed so that you can get expungements in Alabama, and I use the law to my advantage. And so because that's what they put it in place for, but they really put it in place just to say they have it. So I use it, you know. So therefore, other people that follow me that want to get an expungement, they'll know this one thing, that you can get an expungement for a murder case, where I'm the only person right now in the country that has an expungement for a murder case. And so, but that lets everyone else know, hey, I can do that. But there are steps, you know, leading up to that. It's not that you can just go and get one. You know, it's things that you have to do to put yourself in place for the blessing. So that's it.
Damn. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, you just dropped something on the show that I don't think anybody has ever heard of, anybody even knew existed. And that's what makes you. But now with the battle against fentanyl, because I want to make sure people understand what you're doing right now, and people get how important this movement is right now. The same way that you figured out and you used the laws, that a lot of people that didn't know about the laws. A lot of people don't know about. Most people know about the fentanyl epidemic. Once again, I've been in rehab once or twice, so I knew about the fentanyl epidemic and everything, and these young people dying by the hundreds, the thousands. And just recently in New Jersey, where I reside at, 3 young ladies overdosed in their car off of it at the mall. They were at the mall, they overdosed and died in their car. So these strips that you have right now, can you explain what these fentanyl strips are for?
Okay. Well, they're illegal in most states. There are only 21 states that allow the fentanyl strips. And so what we're doing is to bring awareness about the fentanyl epidemic. And everybody know that it's on all the news. But what they're not telling them is that there are fentanyl test strips that could be used and given out, that at least when a person is about to do the drugs, they could test it first to see if there's fentanyl in it. If it is in it, it's that person's choice if they want to continue and take the drug, or they could dispose of it, you know, and get drugs that don't have it. We can't right now. You can't stop people from doing what they want to do, but at least you can make it safe for them. So therefore, we can stop the deaths. And once you stop the deaths, then therefore you can implement my book, Criminal Thinking Reform, and reforming their thinking to not to do, to start realizing what they were doing were actually killing them. But while they're in the high moment, there's no way you're going to be able to do that. And then most of them not living to even reform.
15 years ago, did you think when you were in well, I don't know how many years ago, when you were in the height of moving the weight and living that life, did you ever think there'd be a time when you'd be on the other side trying to stop people from doing drugs?
Oh, absolutely not. And I sold drugs for 30 years. So,
Okay.
and I've been out the game probably about that long, almost that long. No, probably about 15, 20 years now. But no, I didn't. Because it was my thing at that time is to get people on drugs, therefore building my client base. And then hey, I've messed up a lot of people's lives, you know what I'm saying? So let me rectify my wrong and in helping others. I can't change my past, but I can change the future, and I can make it better, at least by bringing awareness, especially to this deadly drug.
So the pushback, obviously, with this fentanyl strips is going to be the same pushback that has been forever. Like my family was affected by the AIDS virus, and people were trying to get clean needles out to people. And in all the cities, they were like, well, now you're just helping them do drugs now. Now you're just lending a hand for them to do drugs. And it was infuriating because I'm like, listen, can we just save them? Like what you just said, can we just save them first and then see if we can get them off the drugs? Is that the pushback that you've seen with the strips that you were talking about?
Well, absolutely, because lawmakers have made it where if you're in possession of it, if you get caught with it, then it's a Class C felony. So there you got another felony. So now you're going back to prison. So, and my thing is they want to put all these laws out and lock up everybody for being in possession of it and all of that. Well, okay, that's fine. But my thing is, when you locking up the ones that's selling it, you're locking up the ones that's using it. And so now you're going to fill the prisons back up with a bunch of users like you did with the crack cocaine. So how are you solving the problem? You're not. You're really creating a new problem. Because now you have them that's in the prisons that's doing it, and they're dying in the prisons.
Right. Exactly.
We've had several to die in the county jail, and our sheriff do not let nobody know that someone has died now from it in there because it's so many.
Ladies, do you have anybody that ladies? Because I hate to dominate the whole interview like I normally do, but
you did it right.
Well, it's almost time to go now, so
shoot.
I mean, we can extend it. If you got something, we can extend it. I'll just be late for work. Go ahead.
No, but I think it's great that you're doing this advocacy work. And clearly, even though you were a queen pen, you were still cognitive in what's going on in your community during that time. At any time, do you think that it affected your children? Because I know you mentioned your daughter at the time. What type of impact do you think that it had on your daughter?
When I was in the game, absolutely none, because she didn't even know. She didn't know until I went to prison the last time because they had gave me so much time. And I talked to her and I told her, what I had done. And but she was a straight A student and she graduated honor student. And so my dealings didn't affect her any because she wasn't exposed to it.
So what do you have, like, because you really was like your funds were low and this was a way to improve yourself. What advice would you have for somebody who's in that situation now? Let's say they're 18, 19 years old. They know people who can put them in the game. They struggling. They work at a fast food spot and they're going through everything. And the idea is in their mind and they keep running over it. and they're like, I can make this happen. What is your advice to that person?
My advice to them is to continue to work your job, because fast money go fast. If you first, they need to learn money management. Once they learn money management, it doesn't matter what product that you're selling, or what product that you have. You just need to know how to be a good salesman. It doesn't matter, that you're working. I worked at fast food. Went to school, and worked at the school, all while selling drugs. I had 3 jobs, 4 jobs, I guess, and I modeled. So you multiple incomes is what make your money. Because people are.
Yeah. Tell them no.
So, you're not going to be able to sell drugs in this era and become no king or queen pin and last as long as I did. I lasted 30 years. That's not possible this day and time. You're doing good if you make it a year, maybe 2, without either getting killed or getting arrested and being gone forever, because they're giving 30 to life now. And people need to realize when they're doing something, even with the gun violence, when you shoot somebody, are you ready for the consequences? If you can handle the consequences of going to prison for the rest of your life for shooting and killing this person, then by all means. But you need to think about your own life, because when you take this one, you're losing yours at the same time. So I would advise these young people to stay in school. And if they're not in school, find them a trade, work your trade, and live your life and be happy. Stay in your age.
Wow.
Okay. I am curious, Mike.
I got a question. So your book, Criminal Reform, the Criminal Thinking Reform Workbook, can you explain to us what this is and let the audience know how they can purchase it if they're interested?
Oh, absolutely. This book is to change criminal thinking or a negative thinking error to responsible thinking. I also, it's not just a workbook, it's also information. I talk a lot about mental health as people going in or in prison and when they're coming out. Also, I give information on where they can find help once they are released. And it's not even just for those once they are released, it's information for people that are on hard times or whatever, because I'm ambassador for United Way and their 211 number, and I have that information in the book too. So I'm really giving more information and also reforming the thinking and showing people how to manifest, and therefore, to start conditioning their mind to thinking more positive. And therefore, once you change a person's mindset, then a person can start to live a more effective life of being responsible.
Well, the amazing thing with you is people always say, people will tell you anything, you can do anything, you could change, you could do this, you could do that, but they ain't never done the change. Like, and you yourself went from being a queen pin to an ambassador for the United Way. That in itself is a movie. If somebody wrote that movie, nobody would believe it. They'd be like, come on, what are we talking about here? There's no possible way. So your life in general is remarkable and inspiring. Letting people know where they're at today doesn't mean they're going to be in that same spot tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot of work, and it takes for us, for those who don't believe in God, that's, you have the right to not believe in God. Right. But it takes a lot of belief in a higher power that if you do what you do, but like you said, when you ask God for something, your ass better be specific on what you ask, what you ask God for.
Speaking of planning for tomorrow, real quick, did you stash any money in them offshore accounts? Did you set yourself up? You make it $1 to $2 million a month. You could blink twice.
That did not. I thought just like that.
I ain't know if she want to admit it or not.
No. Okay. The money that I did have stashed away, I had left in the storage, because I had to start putting it other places when I lost my grandmother. And so the guy I was dating at the time, when I went to prison, he went in there and sold everything in my stores, and you know, of course, he got the money or whatever. So no, so I came home with nothing.
So you came home with nothing.
I came home with my freedom in my life,
which is a lot. That's and so you had to start it all. You had to start, and peace of mind. So you had to start from square one and build your life all the way back up. Correct?
Well, yeah, but I had some help. My grandfather bought and paid for me a house and bought me a car and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't have those type of barriers as for getting started back. And then the commissioner, Bob Harrison, he got me a job working and it was in a plant, but I was making really good money, more than minimum wage, you know. And so I didn't have those type of barriers, and I had people that was pulling for me and helping me, even in the judicial system. You know, I had those people; they were helping me. I had a lot. I had some help.
So let's run everything down. You are obviously doing speaking engagements across the country. Are you speaking to people?
We're getting ready to do that. I hadn't been, because I had been focused on getting the book wrote and published. So I took a year off to do that, and so now we're ready to hit the trail running to bring awareness, especially to this fentanyl crisis.
It's been a pleasure. I want to thank you. I wish if you have time, I wish we could bring you back if you have time. And we need to have you like at the beginning of the show and just have you for the full 2 hours. And so we can get more deep into, we did get into a lot, but let's run down. You can check out your documentary on BET Plus, Trap Queens, season 3. I think that season two. You have Criminal Thinking Reform, the book that you have out right now. If somebody wanted to book you for an engagement to speak, how could they contact you? Is there some way? Is there a website? Is there an email? Is there something that you would be willing to give out so people, because I know people want to hear you speak.
Oh, absolutely. You can get the book, and you can request to book me on PerrionEnterprises.com. And the book can be purchased anywhere in the world that books are sold, anywhere. And you also can purchase it from my website as well. But yeah.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us, and we hope to see you again. We hope to have you on the show again. Blessings on every single thing that you attempt to do, because whatever you attempt to do, you will succeed at. So, and we need you. I know there's a lot of pressure. I know it's a lot of pressure, but we need you to make this legal in every state, them fentanyl strips. We need that push so that these young people stop dying at the rate that they're dying at. And and thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Perrion Roberts. Perrion Roberts, ladies and gentlemen, Perrion Roberts. Jay Black trying to get her to talk about offshore accounts.
No, Jay Black out of line.
I thought there was legit questions that people were thinking.
Yeah, like she was thinking. Like she was gonna be like, oh yeah, by the way, I did stash some offshore accounts over here. And yeah.
That's why I said she could just blink twice. Just blink fast. Like
twice.
The fuck are you talking about?
You know what I really wanted to ask her, because Kathy Black said in the comments, has she ever ran into the guy who stole her money while she was locked up? I wanted to ask, you know, like, once a gangster, always a gangster. Like, do you revert back to sometimes like, nigga, I will put a
well, why did you let wait, her square's still there. Can you bring her square back?
Still there.
If you ready right now.
Perrion, this Perrion, you were right here. This is the bullshit I be dealing with. I said you don't want to add something.
Listen. You know, he be hogging up the interview. So, you know, we us ladies, we sit back and we just, you know, we play our position sometimes. But I wanted to ask, like, you know, now that you're reformed and you know, you're in a different space in your life now. Do sometimes you revert back to your old ways? Like, yo, do you know I will put one in your leg if you keep messing with me?
I have one. And that wasn't nobody. It was in a neighborhood that I moved into is mostly white, and so they don't want blacks here. And so I had some problems with the older gentleman, to the point that I had to just let them know that I wasn't the one that they need to be coming after.
Google me, bitch.
Like, you got BET? Y'all didn't see Trap Queens too? Like, do you know who I am? Like,
yeah.
he had those movies.
To the point he had me arrested. Yeah.
Oh wow!
What? He lied. Yeah, he lied. He went to the magistrate and told him that I cursed him out and threatened him with a 2x4. And what he didn't know is that everybody at downtown knows that my choice of weapon is not a 2x4.
It wasn't her. She ain't do that. He had a gun. If you said Smith and Wesson,
yeah,
that'd be different.
And they were very proud of me that I didn't, because I wanted to, I asked him. I just asked him a question. I guess he felt that I was threatening or whatever. I just asked him, did he like the 4th of July? That's all I asked.
It was subtle.
I didn't get a response, so we're living happily ever after out here.
Yo, just when I thought I wasn't scared of her no more. Bam! Right back to it. I'm back to being scared of it.
But no, I don't. I try to just I let the Lord handle people. I because that's not my place. He's blessed me, and I've come too far to let somebody to trip me up, because I know trips and I know my triggers, and so I know that people would want to see me fall like that, because they know that in the past, you could do this and that, I trigger, but I know how to handle my triggers now. And so no, I wouldn't resort to violence or anything anymore. I just be like everybody else.
You got your license to carry then, right? You licensed to carry now that you got your pardons, right?
Yeah, but I don't. Oh,
she got triggers, J Black. She got triggers.
If there's one person who don't need to be carrying a gun out in this motherfucker, if there's one person.
My security carries, and so that's just good enough for me. So because I choose not to
say it. I got you.
She in a different space now, J Black. She in a different space.
This is the first time we ever brought a guest back. This is the first time we saw you on the square. We're like, well, bring her back. She's right there. She's right there. So you're here. We got to end the show. You might as well stay with us for the end of the show. Listen, y'all. The CW33, you already know the TV show. You already know Shawnee on air Saturday, followed by Big Break Room, followed by my show, The Michael Shawn, even though it's all our shows, The Michael Shawn Show. So make sure y'all check that out. You can also check out this interview whenever you want to. You can check out anything we do on the CW33 right there on YouTube, Media Room 360 TV. That's all you got to do is get on there. The content is there. Don't forget, Charleston White is on the show tomorrow. Charleston White will be on the show tomorrow, so I know he'll get things popping as he normally does. So as we close as usual, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything. You fight for parking spots. You fight for likes. You fight for views. Fight for your happiness and never let anybody take it from you. Michael Shawn, J Black, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott, and Perrion Roberts. Perrion. I'm sorry. All right.
You got to do that over.
Up her name.
Do the end again.
Well, she gonna shoot.
Do the names again.
I'm sorry, Perrion.
That's okay.
Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me in the leg, please. Shawnee Scott, J Black, Sexy Mo, and our very special guest, Perrion Roberts. Please make sure y'all I'll give a round of applause. And we out. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also